Alright, I'm going to go over the writing Lewis structures quiz and describe how we're going to correctly answer all of the questions on the quiz. The first compound, BF3, which would be boron trifluoride. First thing we have to do is add up the number of valence electrons. Well, boron is in group 13, so it has 3 valence electrons. Fluorine has 7. It's in group 17, but there are 3 of those, so we have 24 valence electrons. Okay, so in my skeleton structure, remember for my skeleton structure, all I'm doing is showing what's bonded to what. So it looks like that. So we've used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've used up 6, and so we have 18 electrons remaining that we're going to have to distribute in our molecule. So we always start on the outside and work our way in. So we're going to put 3 pair on each of the fluorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see each fluorine is happy. And we've used up all 18 electrons. And so it appears that we do not have enough electrons because boron only has access to 6. We go look at our rules. We see that boron is an exception and it only wants to have 3 bonds or 6 electrons around it, so it is fine, and so this is finished and it should look exactly like that. Okay, on the next one, SO2 2-, which would be, we're going to add up all the valence electrons first. So sulfur is in group 16, and so is oxygen. So we have 3 atoms that have 6 valence electrons. So 6 times 3 is 18. And then we have 2 more valence electrons here with our -2 charge for a total of 20 valence electrons. And so we're going to write our skeleton structure. And we have only 2 oxygen atoms, so it looks like that. We've used up 4, so we have 16 electrons remaining. So we start on the outside and work our way in to try and make everybody happy. So we'll give oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we've used up all the electrons, and we have 8 electrons available around each atom. So they're all happy. And since this is an ion, we have to put brackets and a charge here to indicate that. And that's the Lewis structure of that one. And the next one, sulfur tetrachloride. So sulfur has 6 valence electrons. Chlorine has 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So we have 34 valence electrons here. And we're going to bond each of the 4 chlorines to sulfur. And that uses up 8. So we have 26 electrons remaining. So if we put 3 pair around each of the chlorine, now we've used 6 times 4, which is 24, but we still have 2 remaining. So we have 2 extras. So when we go, scoot this up. So remember, we have 26. We've used 24 because we put 3 pair around each of the chlorines, but we still have 2 more. So we have extras on this one. So our rules tell us if we have extra, then they go on the central atom as a lone pair. So that one should look like that. And then the last one for carbon dioxide. Carbon has 4, oxygen has 6. We have 2 oxygens, so we have 16 valence electrons. Then our skeleton structure just shows our bonding here. So 16 minus 4 is 12. So we have 12 valence electrons. So we just put 6 on this side and 6 on this side, and now we're out. We don't have any left. We've got our 12 showing here, but the problem is we can't stop with that because carbon only has access to 4. It needs 4 more. So I'm going to take away this lone pair, and I'm going to move it down into a double bond, and I'm going to take away this lone pair and move it in to a double bond. So So just to be clear on our dots here for this structure. So we have a double bond here, a double bond here, and then we have 2 pair on the oxygen and 2 pair on this oxygen. So all of them now have access to 8 electrons. So remember, to double check that we have everything correct, the number of electrons showing has to equal our total number of valence electrons. So we should have 16 electrons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we do. So that completes how to fill out all 4 of these questions on your writing Lewis structure quiz.